internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. All I gotta say is do not panic whatsoever. Please and thank you. There should be zero fear in you if you are an XRP holder, because we as a community have done so much research. We know 100% the value of XRP is going to go to $100 and also $500 in the future on a very conservative scale. And some of you guys may laugh at that. But you know what's crazy? Why don't people laugh at the individuals that also say Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million? It's the same thing, but we're playing it at least way lower. We're being way more conservative. And in reality, people just don't understand that market capitalization means absolutely nothing for a utility token like XRP. What matters is how much value comes on chain. And in today's episode, I'm going to break down exactly why XRP is going to flip Bitcoin 100%. I want you guys to understand, I'm not making this video for likes, for views, or anything like that. I'm stating the facts. Remember, when Bitcoin was at 5 cents, and if somebody told you that you're going to be a billionaire if you only put $400 into it, guess what? They would have laughed at you. But right now, we are living through the same phase with XRP. And us XRP holders, we are the most hated individuals on the community in terms of the Twitter area. And in reality, we let time do the talking, okay? We let time settle everything. And in today's episode, I'm really going to give you a perspective of things, and I want you to please listen to me, because I'm telling you right now, we are not wrong. And soon, everything will play out, just like everything has already been playing out. Right? There's a reason why the SEC went after Ripple for over 5 years, right? You know that is not just for fun. No other crypto company has gone through that kind of pull through, okay? None of them. And even when we go to the historical snapshot, just like look back where we are, look at everything that has been done. Look at Ripple's roster, if you don't even believe it. Right, when we go to August 4th, 2013, you see this was the first time XRP was on CoinMarketCap. August 4th, 2013, and you have Bitcoin at $105. XRP is the better Bitcoin, right? 100%, no doubt. Not a Bitcoin maxi, I hold Bitcoin, whatever, right? But it's the real deal. We have to be honest here. And when we take a look at how long XRP was, number 2, right? We have October 26, 2014. It was just Bitcoin and XRP for a very long time. I want you guys to understand that, right? And you know what's funny? Are you ready for this? It's funny that XRP, being the Bitcoin on steroids, was number 2. It makes sense, right? Because it was the better Bitcoin. But what happened was Ethereum came in 2015 with their disguised wallets, and that is a fact. And Ethereum right now is pumping, right? It's over $4,300. It peaked almost at $5,000. But in reality, both these tokens do not have the characteristics of XRP, and I'm going to go over that right now, okay? Buckle up, and I want you to really think when I'm giving you this information. Because people say Bitcoin is hard money, right? It's right now currently trading over $100,000, not because it solves a problem, not because it frees up liquidity, because there's only one single narrative, right? It's Bitcoin. The number is going to keep going up because there's only 21 million units. Think about it. If every media platform is going to keep telling you Bitcoin's going to keep going up, if they said the same thing about XRP, people would believe that. Like, please understand that. Even with CB19, look how fast people got manipulated. So I'm telling you right now, if the media all did a flip and started talking about XRP for the next 1 year, saying XRP is going to go to this level, everything will go up. It's the narrative. but XRP is that sleeping giant. So let's say for the people say Bitcoin could go to $20 million, okay? So let's just say Bitcoin goes to $5 million a coin. Let's do the math. With 19 million Bitcoin in circulation, 5 million per coin, that gives you a market cap of $95 trillion. That's bigger than the entire US stock market today. And the best part about the stock market is half of it is inflated. Half of it is fake numbers. The Federal Reserve is fake. Like everything is fake. Like, you guys do understand that, right? Modern day slavery with cash or with checks, with numbers, with digits in your bank account that you can't even go to the bank and pull it out if you had to. If everybody went to the bank right now to pull out all their funds, guess what? It's not there. They're just digits on the computer screen. And when you talk about XRP, you're talking about freeing up trapped liquidity, something that has never been done before in future of finance or any sort of finance on this level, right? XRP is not a speculation. It's a utility token. It is a liquidity sourcer. Like, folks, please understand that. XRP frees up trillions locked in Nostro Vostro accounts. And XRP makes the global value liquid. Bitcoin sits, literally sits, and XRP moves.
So let's fast forward to the future, and Bitcoin has failed. How did it fail?
I think it fails through irrelevance. Like it fails to be relevant to people on a daily basis. If it just ends up being store value and nothing more, I don't think it gains relevance at all. Like I think it has to be payments for it to be relevant on the everyday. Otherwise, it's just something you kind of buy and forget and only use in emergency situations or when you want to get liquid again. So I think if it doesn't transition to payments and find that everyday use case, it just gets increasingly irrelevant.
And when you do the math at scale, right? Let's just say XRP hits $500 with 90 billion XRP in circulation, and we're being conservative saying almost everything's in circulation. So if the circulation is lower, the value would be higher than 500. But the market cap for XRP would be $45 trillion. And people scream impossible. But wait, like, you just gave Bitcoin a $95 trillion market cap, and Bitcoin solves nothing. A $45 trillion market cap for XRP in the future is going to be achieved, but I'm not going to put a timeline on that. $100 XRP, in my opinion, is going to be happening before 2030, right? You have to talk about the utility of the token. You cannot put a market cap on XRP. Market cap is for speculative assets. Utility tokens scale with usage. Understand that. The more value they move, the more valuable they must become to function. So it is coded in the system itself.
Yeah, that's kind of where we are now, and we're trying to move into that stage where we have big players and lots of liquidity, and that way there'll be easy ways to get money in and out. There'll be lots of liquidity for cross-currency and cross-border payments, and it'll become a settlement system that will be of high value.
Bitcoin at 100K is speculation. Bitcoin at 5 million, that's going to be mass delusion. And XRP at 500, that's going to be reality, because that's liquidity you're freeing up, and that's trillions in global settlement rails. So people could call me crazy now, or the XRP holders, crazy, call us delusional. But listen, we have been accumulating for the newcomers. And again, there should be no hate in this. Just buy into this digital asset. It is the next Bitcoin. People said I was, talking scams in terms of XRP at 28, 30 cents, 50 cents. And the smart ones listen, and the smart ones are way ahead of the game. You do understand that everybody that, I'm not going to talk about this, but you guys are way ahead of your leagues. Like, your average person does not hold crypto. Even in your whole area, even in your whole, condo complex. Nobody holds the amount of crypto that you hold. Okay, it is very rare. It is extremely very rare. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But man, these videos are going to be absolutely awesome when we come back and watch it, because even when I go watch my videos when XRP was at 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents sometimes, and it's crazy. It's like the tone has never changed, and the tone will never change. The tone will stay the same until we hit $100 and onwards, because logically, mathematically, it has to happen. And if I could gift you all with something, and that is patience, please, folks. There should be no rush. Like, what are you rushing for? I get the ones that say I don't have much time to live. Guess what? If you're 65, you're living another 10 years. Okay? That is a fact. And I'm giving 10 years, but you do understand things are going to happen a lot before than 10 years. So, but can you imagine where things are going to be in 10 years? So please, for the love of God, do not stop with this, you know, I'm running out of patience. Like, please stop, folks. If it was rich, I mean, if it was easy to get rich, everybody on the planet would be rich. But realistically speaking, guess what? You're already rich, okay? So please understand that. And when I got into this ecosystem, like, I started with 7K. Like, I understand that I started from ground zero, and I told myself, this is going to make me rich. I remember in 2018, I left one of my girlfriends because she always wanted to go do stuff, and, you know, the stuff that I didn't want to pay for because I was accumulating Bitcoin. And I remember when we broke up, she sent me a message saying, all you care about is becoming rich with Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, little did she understand that this is not about becoming rich. This is about having a piece of the world economy. Like, you do understand that people were buying Bitcoin at $3,000, $2,000, $1,000. I was buying Bitcoin sub $3,500, right? When you're buying that and then now you have these bigger entities buying it at $100,000, that's when you know it's like, right off the bat, I knew they were going to start showing this thing. But folks, I'm telling you right now, XRP, I did not waste my years educating you guys for XRP for something that is not going to be achieved. Okay, please understand that. So with that being said, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This was more of like a, you know, I wouldn't say like a rant video, but just something that I just wanted to kind of just get off my chest in terms of, like, share this video with everybody, you know, in terms of, you know, XRP is going to reach these levels. People are just, I don't know what to say with people, right? Like, it's like there's no way there's this many individuals on the planet that don't understand XRP and that think that, you know, Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson are like scammers that are just selling their escrow and selling their holdings. You do understand that. What about Bitcoin? What about Ethereum? What about all these founders? Like, you do understand no other crypto company is transparent about anything. They don't even know who holds what. Ethereum did an IPO and literally an ICO, which is an ICO, and they literally said, if you want to buy more than $50,000 and you don't want to use your name, you could have disguised wallets. Like, you do understand how heavily controlled Ethereum is. And this is not even me spreading FUD. This is facts.
Mike's asking, will there be a limit on the amount that a person could invest in Ethereum? Mike's asking, will there be a limit on the amount that a person could invest in Ethereum?
A person can buy from any number of different identities. We may limit the size, the unit size of a sale, just to make it easier to disguise. Let's say if you're a whale and you want some privacy, you can buy 50,000 units and so nobody scares people with an enormous initial purchase. So if you are a whale, if you planning on investing several million US dollars worth, then you can do that for multiple identities. So if you are a whale, if you planning on investing several million US dollars worth, then you can do that for multiple identities.
If you guys understand tokenomics, and if you hold Salute, for example, you understand tokenomics and how manipulative things could get if everybody wanted to do that. Like, please understand the importance of that. These are tokenomics. You cannot change any of this. Salute, Ethereum, same tokenomics, right? Obviously, different utility aspects of it, but these individuals did the same thing. If I could sell $50,000 worth of Salute to many people and like lock these up, whatever Ethereum did, right? Again, we're not doing that, but I'm just trying to tell you it's the same game, and these guys did it way back in 2015 when they started. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But think big, and it's not delusional. It's a utility token. The more usage you have coming in, the value of XRP must be valuable enough to able to function.
Ability to use them for that and the price that they have to have, because like a few months ago I spoke with Miguel Villas, the head of XRP markets at Ripple. XRP is Ripple's cryptocurrency that we've been talking about, and he said, you know, before he could even really have that conversation with banks to encourage them to use this as an on-demand liquidity tool, the market cap needed to be much higher, the transaction volume needed to be much higher, and there needed to be more exchange partners. So if it's just being used kind of for transmission like that, what does that imply about the price versus some of the kind of the retail use case or speculative use cases that
price is going to go up?
Cases that
price is going to go up. No, look,
and how far away
the honest answer is I don't know. Bitcoin and Ethereum. Again, I don't know what the driver of value is there.
It's another 7% today. What's behind this other than
pure
momentum?
There's still no use case.
I think, in fact, when you look at Bitcoin, the initial adoption of Bitcoin is all about retail, and that didn't pan out. And suddenly, you have millions of people who hold it.
I mean, it's just
so it's like it's like a perfect storm for crypto. This particular asset class right now, between the approval of the ETFs and the biggest names in the asset management business getting into it, with some speculative fervor in parts of the market.
They're just going to hold it. So what's become the use case for Bitcoin is just a store of value, and I think that will persist. And somehow they landed on that, and that's maybe going to persist into the future. But XRP, it's really about this very fundamental driver of demand. Yeah, I mean, if XRP is going to be inserted deeply into the financial system, the market cap has to be orders of magnitude bigger. It has to be able to support institutional flows in the orders of magnitude of trillions of dollars.
So when I talk about the $10 trillion that we're processing every night,
you know, today it's a lot smaller. I think it's right around $30 billion.
Sorry, the 24-hour volume for both USDC and USDT is like $25 billion or something. That's like 400 times less than what we do every day. And if you think about having to fully reserve $10 trillion to be able to make those payments every day, that's a lot of liquidity that you're taking out of the system.
But you know, when you look at
the market cap, I thought, or are you talking about the transaction volume?
The market cap of so there's 100 billion XRP, and the market cap is trading around 30 cents, so it's about $30 billion. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think that the current users and sort of the crawl, walk, run of growing the capital market, if you will, around XRP is going to be about fundamental demand, and that comes from companies like Veeam. And as more companies like Veeam start to use XRP and use digital currencies in their funding flows, they're going to be putting a massive amount of pressure on banks and larger financial institutions to start using this as well, or they're going to be toast. They're not going to be able to compete and be as nimble as a company like Veeam, who doesn't have to operate with any treasury overhead and all the cost complications.
They told us dream small, but we had the stars in mind. While they chased hype, we studied time. In the noise we found the signal. Brad knew just what to do. Now XRP hums like jazz, running smooth and true. Money's changing, systems bend. Ripple flowing to the end. Truth is quiet, bold, and deep. We salute the ones who lose no sleep. Salute to the minds that built this chain. Salute, salute through the trials, through the pain. Salute, salute to the calm, to the wise. Salute 100 in our eyes. Bitcoin maxis yell on stage, stuck in loops they call belief, while XRPL just clears the way. No delay, no grief. They hoard coins like dusty gold, but we got utility in every fold. The future ain't loud, it's steady breathing. Real ones know what's worth believing. It ain't hype, it's code and soul. We salute the ones who see the whole. Salute to the builders, to the flow. Salute, salute, where the real ones choose to go. Salute, salute, to the heart, to the plan. Salute, XRP will lead the land. Value don't lie, and truth don't shake. Let the whole world break, we remake. Strategic reserve, written in stars. XRP gonna take us far. So here's to the signal, clear and bright. To the dreamers who held on tight. No matter the storm, no matter the fight. Salute, we rise with the light.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.